Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessToTrade.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, take a moment out, support the channel, click that like button. I would really appreciate it. So there was no video last night. I wanted to kind of let the news marinate a little bit, right? Also, I was a little bit under the weather, but if you traded yesterday or were any capacity of being active in the market, you kind of know what happened, right? As the kids say, it was an issue, right? An issue. But prior to that, if you watch the weekend video, we talked about from the technical point of view from the trading side of what not to do, right? It's a very, very important part. Every trader is looking, aspiring trading to figure out what to do, right? It's what not to do, which is going to drive your career and extend it until you get that aha light bulb moment. We talked about Friday, right? We talked about Friday. There was technical damage, okay? And after the close on Friday, you had Trump come out and say, well, Iran is ready to make a deal. We're confident we're going to make a deal. And if you guys remember, on Friday afternoon, after the close, everything spiked up. So I recorded the video on Saturday and I said, hey guys, be careful, right? All you need to do is go to the previous video. Guys, be careful of buying gap ups. Be careful of buying stocks into strength the day after technical damage. Why? You're probably buying it back into supply. Okay, so if you guys saw, and this kind of let's rewind here. So the futures on Monday, right? We're bleeding pretty aggressively. That was yesterday, bleeding pretty aggressively after hours, pre-market. And then you saw a headline, right? A headline came out and basically Trump reiterated what he said on Friday afternoon, right? That Iran wants to make a deal badly. This could happen within 5 days. Naturally, right, the market exploded again. And then you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, wait a minute, this is exactly the same news from Friday afternoon. Well, that was a little bit too late. Prior to that, and again, everybody talks about insider trading and manipulation. Yeah, you pretty much got that because 5 minutes prior to Trump's tweet on Truth Social, traders were flagged for buying $1.5 billion worth of S&P futures and also selling almost $200 million of oil futures 5 minutes before the Trump announcement. Was that a coincidence? Probably not, right? So craziness going on. So you had the market explode, and then 5 minutes later, or half an hour, 2 hours later, who the hell even remembers, Iran comes out and say, well, wait a minute, right? Comes out on the radio intelligence and say, well, wait a minute. This dude's a liar, right? This dude's a liar. There's no talk, right? There's no peace talks. There's been no negotiation. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but we don't know what's going on. And simultaneously, they're bombing the crap out of Israel, right? So you have a lot of moving parts. Instantly, the market started retreating. And the most important part is not the headline, is what we talked about on the weekend video. Do not buy stocks into strength after technical damage. We closed below the 200-day moving average on Friday. We literally gapped into declining supply, the 5-10-day moving average back to the 200-day. It got rejected and it went lower, right? That was the whole point. So it wasn't like one of those scenarios that, well, what happened here? Well, you bought stock into supply, and the longer you trade, you kind of see the movie over and over and over again, and you realize that technical analysis is real, man. You got to acknowledge it because, again, if you're trading emotionally, what you're going to happen is be somebody's liquidity, and that's exactly what happened. So when you go forward into today's session, right, you had a lot of stuff that was going on. Obviously, there was a lot of silence, right? The damage was done, okay? Damage was done. The traders with their insider trading, with manipulation, whatever the case may be, that was over, right? You're not getting back your money. You're not getting back your money into buying into supply. The question is what happened after. And the market was kind of playing out. There was really, really aggressive selling today. Really good day. I just don't feel like going through the whole pivot thing, what we did today. Coinbase got murdered. Google got murdered. Circle got murdered. Micron was an awesome trade. Lost the 50-day moving average. Got murdered, right? Good trade, right? Good solid day. Who cares about that, right? The moral of the story is what happened today was, well, Trump comes out again, right? Trump comes out again, and he basically says, let me just get, I have so many notes going on here, right? They basically come out again and goes, we won the war, right? 2 o'clock comes out, we won the war. The problem is nobody believed them, right? It was like the boy who cried wolf. And instead of the market exploding back to red, right? Excuse me, exploding back to green, the market stalled out and we closed below Monday's channel. Now, after the close, the market's spiking back again because we won the war. And oh, by the way, we won the war is kind of odd considering the Pentagon deployed, according to Wall Street Journal, the Pentagon deployed 3,000 ground troops into the Middle East. I mean, again, the winning war, the definition is a little bit loose right now. Hopes and prayers, especially hopes and prayers to all the soldiers who are now in the crossfire, going to be on the ground, and everybody obviously say a prayer, and hopefully they all come back. They all come back in one piece. But technically, we did close below the previous day's channel on quote-unquote good news. We're winning the war. They want to make a deal. The problem is nobody told Iran that. So unless you have some absolute incredible headlines that are honestly official, that are honestly coming out of Iran, that they do want to make a deal, it's very, very tough to accept the boy cried wolf Part 5, right? Part 5. Again, we've seen this movie now 3 days in a row. It's the same regurgitation of we won the war. They're going to make a deal. They want to make a deal. We won the war. We won the war. They're going to make a deal, and yada, yada, yada. So far, we are lower than Monday's close. Again, we'll see what happens on this little bit of a gap after the market. I haven't read the headlines. I'm kind of a little bit busy. Something's out. I'm sure we won the war again. So the Qs are up about $2-3 after the close. We will see if this gap will hold, right? Probably not. But the point is we are now day 3 below the 200-day moving average. If you're a long-term investor, this has nothing to do with you. Again, I'm not trying to guess what's going to happen a month from now, 3 months from now, 9 years from now. I'm taking the data for tomorrow. That's all I care about. I care about the probability of tomorrow. I don't care about being right. I don't care about being wrong. I care about getting a game plan that if today's price action gets confirmed tomorrow, I will be at least in a good place to take advantage of it. So let's talk about some potential setups for tomorrow. There's some good stuff, guys. There really is some good stuff. Guys, look at Micron. This was definitely my trade of the day. Micron in the last several days have lost a number of moving averages, right? It lost the 20-day, and today it lost the 50-day moving average. Again, over the 50, bullish. Below the 50 is bearish. I think I even talked about Micron in the weekend video. A buyer came in for this week's 385 and 390 puts. The only thing is standing this thing without another leg down. It stopped on the 50 EMA, lost the 50 SMA, holding the 50 EMA. If it loses the 50 EMA, then you have room all the way into the 370s. I will be watching this thing tomorrow. NET, right? NET looks just like Circle. The reason why I bring up Circle, we had an insane, absolutely insane move on Circle today. Take a snapshot, right? Take a snapshot. You see how it's just sitting? You see how NET is sitting on the 10-day moving average, right? Take a snapshot. Now look at Circle before today's day, right? Look at Circle today's day. You see how it was just sitting on the green line, the 10-day? So Circle lost the 10-day, lost 121, got absolutely murdered. If you haven't seen the news of what happened with Circle, it looks like there was a leaked bill that would ban platforms from giving yields to stablecoin holders. This thing got absolutely destroyed. So if NET loses the 10-day moving average, is it going to be the same type of move as Circle? Probably not. You can't really expect a move like that. But I am definitely watching this thing for a loss of the 10 days. So I'm definitely watching Micron. I'm definitely watching I'm watching NET. Look at CRM, right? Look at CRM. This thing got smacked again. All these software, cloud, secure internet security. This thing got lost. This whole channel here, this literally month worth of buying. First close will the Bollinger Band. I want to keep an eye on this thing for continuation. And guys, look at the only long that I see here, man. Look at this AAOI. This thing had a big move today. You had weekly 120 calls coming into this thing. Again, I have no idea what this thing is. Your guess is as good as mine. But if this thing confirms today's channel, hey, who knows? Maybe you get a move back into recent highs. Again, I couldn't care less about this thing, but if this is something that you are comfortable with, keep an eye on this thing, because again, finding a long setup or a stock that's strong, it's literally trying to find a diamond in the rough. So hopefully everybody's doing well. Again, a lot of shenanigans going on, a lot of nonsense is going on. Let's see if the boy cries wolf again. Eventually, look, we all know eventually there's going to be a resolution, whether it's through peace, aggression, or common sense. We know there is going to be eventually a resolution. Whether it's going to be in this lifetime or the next, we don't know. But to talk about it every single day, it's like saying, it's like you being in a desert, right? And you're doing the rain dance. One day it will rain. One day it will rain. One day, 2 weeks, it will rain. One day it will read a month. One day it will rain. All of a sudden you got a drop falling on your forehead and you go, see, I told you. Stay blessed, everybody. Have a great night.